saw them appealing and being arrested. Oh, how would it be if we would go to China to appeal? It was in 1998 when I got to know Falun Dafa with my sister. We had a lot of life questions like what is the purpose of life? And my sister went to a new school. She met a Chinese girl from Qingdao.
And we became really good friends. She knew that I was interested in spiritual things. One of her family members came back with Zhuan Falun, the main book of Falun Gong. She gave me the book and she said to me, "You've got to read this."
She wanted her and me to read it through, and it took me 2 days to read the whole book through. What struck me most were those, like Master Li talks about the universe has its principles, and the principles are truth, compassion, and forbearance. This really touched me very deeply because I myself experienced that if I turn away from these principles in my life, bad things start to happen.
And then she said, "Oh yeah, sounds pretty good." So I decided to just keep reading it.
I had a lot of health issues. I had itching all over my body, like hives coming out, and I had psoriasis, and I had problems with my knees. It took me about 8 weeks. All of a sudden it was like hot, and I felt the energy flow, and afterward it was healed. A miracle, just like this. And I think about 1 year, my health almost recovered completely, yeah.
When that started, it was a shock because I just couldn't understand how the government could start persecuting people that just want to be good and they want to just go to the park and meditate.
Because I couldn't understand because I was not really familiar with the harshness and the evilness of the Chinese Communist Party. I didn't understand how bad it was. So I just thought, this is a misunderstanding. There is some kind of misunderstanding, and we just need to clear it up.
Our Chinese friend I was talking about first, she was at that time in China with her mother. They were arrested. So when they came back to Germany, they told us about that. We weren't aware that they go so far that they kind of arrest, imprison people, like also torture them. They just disappear, and some even died.
And then that was, on top of the persecution, to hear this through the Western media, through the German media, that was even more shocking. And we knew that was all the TCP's propaganda, that they were just basically spreading.
It became more severe and severe, and then there was the question of what can we do as practitioners overseas to help our practitioners in mainland China? Yeah. We saw all the practitioners in China appealing on Tiananmen Square. We saw them being arrested. So I think a lot of us in my field, we're all thinking, oh, how would it be if we would go to China to appeal? So, you know, when I was asked by a practitioner in Berlin, do you want to go to Beijing to appeal on Tiananmen Square? I immediately said yes. Well, we want to stand up for what is truth, what is right. We want to show Falun Dafa is good, what Chinese government says is a lie.
When my sister decided to go to Tiananmen Square, I was thinking about joining. Should I join or should I not join? Because we knew once she would go there with a big group of practitioners from all over the world to appeal over there, it would come out as big news. So that's why I said, okay, I stay behind and I will make sure all the important news will be published. It will actually make a difference. It will actually help this cause.
"35 practitioners on Tiananmen Square, meeting from all countries over the world. We went to Tiananmen. I already saw plainclothes policemen everywhere. That was my feeling. So I went there and I was agitated and, you know, I was frightened. So we went there, we met each other, we lined up. There were the practitioners with big banner with truth, compassion and forbearance behind me and all the other practitioners. The moment when I sat down, it was a little bit like a relief, you know, like feeling in the exercise. But it didn't take very long because all of a sudden you heard all the sirens from that buses coming around us immediately. They surrounded us, running out of their cars and attacking the practitioners. And then some policemen, they put me into a police van. There was another practitioner. He had prepared an own banner, a small banner. Falun Dafa is good. He ran away and he showed it. And then he was dragged down by the policeman and carried away also.
I was like collecting all those news coming out, but at the same time, we're also making sure that we inform the government. We sent emails and called the German government to alert them that some of the German citizens are over there doing this. They got detained.
They brought us into like a meeting room, something like that, to contact our embassies, but they denied it. And everybody was put into a prison cell behind bars. Later on, they brought us to a hotel, and there we were interrogated, afterwards brought to the airport.
When I see all those practitioners open that big, beautiful banner that says truthfulness, compassion, tolerance, that's an amazing thing. As a human being, you have to stand up for what's good. So I really admire those practitioners who did that. I really do.
Practitioners in China are still being tortured. Even there's this organ harvesting, which is very, very cruel. A real, machinery where they steal the organs from the living people, and the media is not covering very much about this persecution. So it's important for me to raise awareness.
All the politicians had been visited by the Chinese Communist Party, and they have been given books And every single sentence in those books that they had written was a lie to slander Falun Gong. So this is what we had to go break through, because all the main people were completely poisoned by the lies.
We went out and then we went to politicians, to our local politicians, and we just tried to clarify the facts wherever we went. And then we went, had peaceful demonstrations or protests outside where we just showcased the exercises, and we talked to people, we talked to them about what happened and what's going on. Yeah, that's what we did. We both have attended those parades. We do this to expose the persecution, but also celebrate Falun Dafa, truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. That's why we do this.
For my kids, we've always tried to bring them on these events, because I think it's very important for them to know that, you know, not everything is about money. It's about your heart, and it's about doing something good and standing for what is good.
It's definitely encouraging people like wave at you and smile at you and say, good job. We talked to many people that said, oh yeah, you guys come every year. I see you guys every year. You know, they recognize us and they see our courage and our steadfastness, persistence. They just can't believe that we're still doing this after, I don't know, over 20 years.
We are having a vigil from over 20 years in front of Hamburg, in front of the consulate. There was a police always, and at first they didn't know us. Over the years, you must imagine like 10 years. So we got to know each other. They say, oh, whatever you do is so peaceful. If every parade, as you are, we don't need any police anymore.
You guys had the most beautiful statues, the most beautiful art, the most beautiful culture. We're talking about 5,000 years of history. And then the Chinese Communist Party came. They had to separate the Chinese people from their culture. The Chinese people need to wake up and understand that communism is not Chinese. And Chinese people have nothing to do with communism.
The persecution won't go on. Everybody who is unwillingly or willingly taken part in that persecution will have to be accountable. It's very important, I think, how we position ourselves amidst this persecution.
Don't believe the lies by the CCP. Don't become an accomplice to their evil doing. Go out and search for the truth.
When the persecution is not there, I'm very confident that a lot of people in China will start, and they become better people, and I believe it will change the whole country for the better.